Hey guys, Tenacious Man here. For this video, it's going to be an update since yesterday's that I did of my Toon Deck profile, because I guess cards need to be sleeved, and I was using a banned card, which I didn't realize. So I took that one banned card out and swapped it, and I took off the sleeve from my hero deck, and I put it on a Toon Deck for now, just until this video is done, because I don't really have enough sleeves to go around for every single deck of mine. But I guess I'll try to get more down the road. Deck's pretty much the same, only it's been sleeved and the one card has been swapped out for another in the extra deck. So, just do this again, shall we? I run 3 Toon Blackluster Soldiers, pretty much one of the boss monsters of the deck. Easy to summon, really high attack points. He and Toon Dark Magician Girl are my two main go-to for taking down the opponent easily, especially with Toon Rollback. Then I run 3 Toon Harpy Lady, pretty much tribute fodder and able to special summon herself. Plus, she can blow up a spell trap in the opponent's spell and trap zone. Plus, she's level 4, so she can go into an Xyz if you really need to. Same with Toon Mermaid, I run 3 of. The only downside with Mermaid is if your opponent actually were to succeed in destroying Toon Kingdom on the field, whose name counts as Toon World, she would pretty much destroy herself. Same with Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. But she's level 4, so she can go with Harpy Lady to make a rank 4 Xyz, or pretty much whatever. Easy to special summon. Next I run 2 Toon Dark Magician Girl. Just like Blackluster Soldier, she can actually attack the turn she's summoned, unlike every other Toon monster. 2,000 attack points. And you can special summon her by tributing one monster. So you tribute a Toon Harpy Lady or Toon Mermaid, and boom, now you got a new powerful Toon monster on your field. Then, for when you're going second, which you're most likely going to with this deck, I run 2 Toon Cyber Dragon. So if your opponent has a monster on their field, then it can special summon itself. And it's 2,100 attack points. And unlike Mermaid or Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, it doesn't need Toon World on the field to exist. Pretty much Blue Eyes and Mermaid are the only two in this deck that actually need it on the field to exist. All Toons need it to attack directly, but you know what I mean. So it's also an easy one monster. So your opponent has monsters and you don't. It's really easy to get a strong monster on the field right away. Plus more tribute fodder for Blackluster Soldier, whatever. Then I also run 2 Toon Ancient Gear Golems. I never actually tribute summoned him in this deck. He was either special summoned with Page Flip or tributed for Soldier's effect. But he's just another. He's really good because not only can he attack directly, but your opponent can activate spells and traps during the battle phase. So that means if they were to activate a Mirror Force or whatever. I only use Mirror Force as an example because I know competitive people don't really use Mirror Force. Although casual players do. Or whatever, they can't do those. Then I also run 2 Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Can special summon himself by tributing 2 monsters, so say a Mermaid or a Harpy Lady or both. But I mostly use him for special summoning with Page Flip when my Golem is no longer in the deck, whether by Kingdom or whatever, or tributing him in the hand or field for Soldier. That's pretty much it for the monsters. Onto the spells. I run 3 Toon Kingdom, which I'm proxying with Dreamland right now until I get my 3 Toon Kingdom online from eBay. Obviously self-explanatory. It's your go-to Toon World, because its name counts as Toon World 1 on the field, and protects your Toon monsters from destruction, whether by battle or card effect. And your opponent can't target your Toon monsters with card effects. And if they were to be destroyed, banish the top card of your deck face down instead. And then when activated, you have to banish the top 3 cards of your deck face down. Then I run 3 Toon Table of Contents as one of your searchers for your Toons, whether it be for Toon Kingdom or your Toon monsters, or even your Toon spell trap cards. It's really useful there. It can even search itself to like thin out your deck a bit, and you can actually activate multiple copies, unlike, of course, say, Toon Bookmark. Speaking of Bookmark, I run 3 Bookmark. One's a proxy because I have the other one ordered, but it won't be here for a while. Bookmark is pretty much just like Toon Table of Contents, only with a little bit of a limitation. You can't add another bookmark to your hand, and you can only use the searching effect of Bookmark once per turn. So you can't play multiple bookmarks in a turn like Toon Table of Contents. And obviously can't search. However, its best part is the fact that it can protect your Toon World or Toon Worlds by banishing itself from the graveyard instead. So your Toon World wouldn't be destroyed. Now, if your opponent were to banish your Toon World with a card effect, it would still be banished because it specifically says can't be destroyed, or if it were to be destroyed. Next, I run 3 Toon Page Flip. This is definitely another go-to, most used spell card in the Toon deck that I've used. Every time I use it, I always have 3 specific Toons I always select, which is Blackluster Soldier, Toon Dark Magician Girl, and of course Blue Eyes Toon Dragon or Ancient Gear Golem Toon. Because the 2, Blackluster Soldier and Dark Magician Girl, when they're summoned, they can attack the turn they are actually summoned, whereas the third one just has really, really high attack points. So, unless I have one on the field already, I'll use this on my turn to try to get out Dark Magician Girl or Blackluster Soldier. Otherwise, since it's a quick effect, it's obviously mostly used for your opponent's turn. That way you summon out those 2 monsters that can't attack the turn they're summoned. That way they end their turn, it's your turn, now they can attack again. Or now they can attack. Alright. Then I also run 1 Toon Rollback. With all the searching cards, it's easy to get this card into hand to go into the OTKs with the Blackluster Soldier and Dark Magician Girl. Then I run 2 Comic Hand. Basically another means of ending your opponent quickly. Say they have a monster with 3,000 attack points of their own. Use this, gain control of it, and now becomes a 2 monster. And you have Blackluster Soldier here and whatever Dark Magician Girl. Boom, you can end him with those 3 monsters. It's also useful for taking control of their most powerful monsters they have, turning them into Toons, and it's always fun turning your opponent's monsters against themselves. Then finally, I run 3 Pot of Extravagance. The majority of the extra deck is just random filler, just for Extravagance. But there are some cards you can use in the extra deck, like XCs. And by all means, if you guys want to copy this deck profile, edit it however way you want. You can add more links into it, you can add more XCs into it. Heck, you can even get rid of the extra deck and swap 3 Extravs for, Lightning Storm or something. I actually do have, like, 2 Lightning Storms, and I tried to put it in this deck best I could. But I'm one of those people that like to focus my deck around about 40 or almost 40 cards. So this deck has 42 cards. That's just how I have always been. Unless, of course, I'm running a deck that, like Light Swarms, needs like a lot of cards in it. Finally, for the spells, I run 1 Terraforming as another means of adding Toon Kingdom to your hand. That's another thing. As I already said in the other video too, every time I played this deck, there's only been like 2, maybe 3 times that I've played it that Toon Kingdom wasn't added to the hand, like, immediately. And those were obviously bricks. My deck had brick. Because the majority of the time, Toon Kingdom is really easy to add to your hand and activate. whether it be with Bookmark, Toon Table of Contents, or even Terraforming, or even the card I have Metaverse in here. It's pretty much always in your hand right away. That way you can easily get your tunes out. Now for the traps, I run 2 Toon Terror, which is really fun for negating your opponent's summonings. Well, not summonings, they're card effects. Briefcase is the one that negates their summoning. I might actually run Toon Mask in this deck, so I might actually run this down to 1. Maybe I'll just add in another trap, which is Mask. That way it's another means of special summoning out a Toon monster. Only thing is, though, if your opponent summons Link monster, it doesn't have a level or rank. It has a rating. So obviously you can't use it on a Link monster. And there are a lot of times your opponent will summon high level monsters, but I don't know. I might run Mask in this deck. We'll see. I might side deck it along with a few other tunes. Then I run 1 Toon Briefcase. This one's really fun because your opponent, say they were to summon like a Blue Eyes White Dragon, where you have a Toon and Toon World. Boom. Just a Toon monster. Boom. Guess what? Their Blue Eyes goes right back into their deck. Or a monster of theirs that they worked really hard on getting out on the field. Boom. Back in the deck. So it's just really fun to mess with the opponent. Then I run 2 Infinite Impermanence. Your opponent's getting ready to activate a monster effect that would pretty much ruin your plays or whatever. Boom. Impermanence will negate their monster's effect till the end phase. Plus, if you have no cards on your field, which the majority of the time you will, unless, of course, they go first, and this is in your hand, then you can negate their effects immediately. And then the final trap card I use in this deck is Metaverse. Just another way of, having Toon Kingdom easily accessible into the deck. Alright, on to the side deck. These ones aren't sleeved, it's just the side deck. But, Alright, this one. Alright. So my side deck isn't completely full. At least not yet, it isn't. But I have another Blue Eyes Toon Dragon in case you want to run 3 of them. You can replace out an Ancient Gear Golem or something. Or say you want to run another Ancient Gear Golem, you can swap out one of the Blue Eyes to run another Ancient Gear Golem. Or, if you'd like to run more Toon monsters than just, the few that I put in the deck, you can swap some out to put like a Toon Red Eyes. That way you can special summon more Toon monsters from your hand. You can even add Dark Magician, special summon Toon monster from your hand. Or, to add, I might actually put him into the deck instead, because he would be another way of adding Toon Kingdom to your hand. Because you just discard a Toon card from your hand and either special summon from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, or basically, adding a Toon card to your hand. So I might actually swap him in. Then, let's say your opponent, like I said with Blue Eyes, they run a Dragon-type deck. Boom. Toon Buster Blader. Really good against dragons, because it gains 400 or 500 attack? 500 attack for every dragon your opponent controls, and in their grave, I think. And then, finally, I run 1 Toon Summon Skull. I might even put 2 in the side deck. That way, if you want to take out 2 of the strong ones, like 2 Ancient Gear Golem or 2 Blue Eyes, you can put 2 Sorry, guys. You can put 2 Summon Skulls into the deck instead, because it's just like Dark Magician Girl. It needs 1 tribute, and it can be special summoned. The only downside is, it can't attack the turn it's summoned. But it would just give you a really strong monster that way. Then for the spells, 1 Toon World. to add into the deck. That way, you know, you have another means of using your tunes. Shadow Tune. Basically, you want to burn your opponent a little bit for their monster. Make the duel go even faster. Then I run one Mimicat. Personally, I've never actually found a way of summoning him out. Not summoning him out. Found a good way of using him in this deck, because either the deck ended the game too fast for it, or the opportunity never came up. So that's why he's in the side deck instead of the main deck. And then finally, like I said, one Toon Mask. That's pretty much the side deck. I might, however, add in like a couple more cards to the side deck, like a couple Ash Blossoms. Just currently all my Ash Blossoms are in other decks that have been put away. So just an idea of what... You guys don't even have to do this deck profile if you don't want to. This is just my own personal build. You guys do whatever you want. Now moving on and finishing off with the extra deck part. I run 3 Thousand Eyes Restrict. Pretty much, you know, filler for your extravs, just like Five-Headed Dragon is. Then for the Synchros, again filler, I run 3 of them. Metaphys Horus, Clearwing Fast Dragon, and Black Rose Dragon. Now for the Xyz, which you definitely can go into, but you know, as I mentioned in the other video too, you're pretty much going to end your opponent really quickly. So quickly, in fact, you won't even need to summon these. Although there are opportunities to do so. So, Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf, Utopia, Castell, Diamond Direwolf, Lightning Chidori, Number 101, Baguska, and finally for the one Link monster that I run instead of 2, which was Gumblar, which I realize now is banned, so I took it out. So sorry if the last video was hard to watch for some of you, because I was using a banned card or no card sleeves. But the final card I run is obviously one Decode Tonk, which you can go into with, because like I said, you'll be special summoning a lot with this deck. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Till next time, Toonacious Man